What if I told you that half the problem of having a miserable retirement isn't that you didn't save enough, it's that you made simple but deadly mistakes along the way. Mistakes that never get talked about until it's too late. Imagine retiring with decent savings only to see them vanish through tax traps, neglected health costs, or unrealistic spending. That's what we're going to fix right now. If you're planning for the future or just curious, this video is for you. Retirement seems far off until it's here. But what you do now can make or break those years. I want to share the most common retirement planning mistakes I see over and over, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1, putting off saving, waiting too long. One of the biggest regrets people have. Why didn't I start earlier? Time is your friend in retirement planning. The earlier you begin, the more you benefit from compound growth and the more cushion you have when things go wrong. When you delay saving, you need much larger contributions later just to catch up. Also, market dips and economic shocks hit harder if you don't have decades to recover. How to avoid it? Start now, even if it's small. Set up automatic transfers so you don't think about it. Increase your saving rate gradually, whenever you get a raise, bonus, etc. Treat your retirement savings like a necessary expense, not something optional. Mistake number 2, underestimating inflation and rising costs. Here's a sneaky one. You might think, I've got $100,000 saved, that's enough. But as time passes, inflation erodes what that money can buy. And healthcare, housing, long-term care, they tend to rise faster than general inflation. Ignoring inflation means you risk living on less in terms of real purchasing power. Also, underestimating medical and care costs is huge. People forget dental, vision, long-term care. How to avoid it? Build inflation into your projections. When you estimate your future expenses, assume things will cost more. Include healthcare and long-term care in your retirement budget. Maybe even run worst-case scenarios. Consider investing some of your portfolio in assets that tend to keep up with or beat inflation, stocks, real assets, etc. But also balance risk. Mistake number 3, claiming pensions/Social Security/retirement benefits too early. This one is widely overlooked. You can draw benefits early, but often for a permanent discount. If you start too early, you lock in a lower monthly income for life. Waiting longer, if you can, often yields significantly higher recurring payments. How to avoid it? Understand the rules. When you become eligible, what the full benefit age is, what the penalties are for early claim. Plan to see if you can delay. Sometimes working a little longer or drawing on savings instead helps. Also factor in life expectancy, health, your spouse's benefit, if applicable. Mistake number 4, using the wrong investment strategy, too much risk or too little. In your working years, you might tolerate aggressive investments, but as retirement nears, things change. You need stability and predictability because withdrawals matter, losses hurt, too much risk, big losses when you can least afford them. Too little risk. You may never grow enough to outpace inflation. How to avoid it? Gradually shift your portfolio toward more conservative investments as retirement approaches. Keep a liquidity buffer, cash or similar to cover your needs for a few years, so you don't have to sell at a bad time. Rebalance regularly. Don't let luck drive your allocation. If possible, consult with a financial planner who can map your risk tolerance plus your withdrawal plan. Mistake number 5, no plan for longevity and quality of life. You might think, I'll be okay retiring at 65. But what if you live to 90 or 95? What if you need long-term care? What about your brain, your mobility, your ability to stay active? Many people underplan for lifespan, which can lead to outliving savings. Also, lifestyle costs, travel, hobbies, social life often get trimmed, but that hurts well-being. Failing to plan for health, mobility, joy leads to regrets. How to avoid it? assume a longer retirement, and build in cushion. Think not only about how much money, but how you want to live. What does quality of life mean for you? Reserve a part of your budget and savings for life, not just essentials. Plan for care. Know what healthcare or long-term care insurance options exist. Mistake number 6, ignoring taxes, required withdrawals, and hidden costs. There are traps in the fine print: hidden fees, taxes on withdrawals, mandatory required minimum distributions, RMDS, loss of benefits if income rises, etc. Not planning for taxes can eat a huge chunk of your income. If you miss your RMDS, penalty taxes can be hefty. Ignoring fees, investment fees, management fees, commission, etc., erodes returns. How to avoid it? Know your retirement accounts, which are taxable, tax-deferred, or tax-free. Understand what required minimum distributions you'll have to take and when. Be aware of fees in the investments you choose. Even a 1% extra fee per year can cost you a fortune over decades. Work with someone or tools who can model taxes in different scenarios. Mistake number 7, staying in the same lifestyle without adjusting spending. When work ends, your income stream changes, but many retirees keep spending like they still have a full paycheck, and that leads to shortfalls. Continuing expensive habits, big mortgages, cars, vacations, all add up. Maybe you'll want to move, scale back, or simplify, but not planning that causes stress. How to avoid it? Build a realistic retirement budget, ideally with categories like essentials, wants, buffer. Run scenarios. If your income drops, what would you cut? What do you really care about preserving? Consider easing into retirement, maybe part-time work, freelancing, consulting, to soften the transition. Always keep a safety margin. Don't assume nothing will go wrong. Health, market, inflation, etc. You deserve a retirement full of freedom, dignity, joy, not one of worry, regrets, or, if only I had, moments. So don't wait another day. Start smart, test your plan, and guard against those common pitfalls. Your future self, 10, 20, 30 years from now, is counting on you to make wise choices today. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Let's build a future without regrets, together.